Hello, this is Ignacio with Portal Games, and this is Portal Games vlog. We record 100 episodes for 100 days, every day a new episode, to try to grow this channel, to find the best content for board gamers. The whole point of the experiment, and we explained this experiment a few weeks ago, is to figure out what is the best content for fans of board games to post on YouTube. And every single day I'm trying different strategies, different videos, different ideas for the content, and today is a follow-up to my Friday video about gameplays, how we can make gameplays more interesting, how we can make more views on the gameplays. Are you ready? Let's start. So what you are seeing right now is a gameplay of a video game. I have no clue what Marek put, but maybe it's like Battlefield or maybe something else, and you see somebody's playing a video game on a stream, and the experience that he is having doing what he's doing, playing video game, and you watching him playing this game is basically the same. Like, he's staring at the monitor and seeing all these zombies or whatever he's doing and shooting at, and you are staring at the monitor and seeing these zombies and seeing him killing them. This 1.1 exactly the same experience, staring at the screen and seeing what's happening on the screen. On contrary, once again, sorry. Now you are seeing a gameplay of the board game, and this is exactly not the same what you see if you are sitting at the table. If you sit at the table, you see the whole table, you see the cards, you see what the text is on the cards, you see the resources, you see the board, you see every single piece of the component. You can easily look on the other side of the table and see what your opponent have the cards in front of them, and you can grab the card and look at it carefully. If you're looking at the screen, it is all small, it is all packed, and basically you have no clue what cards the guys have on the table. They have to zoom in to see, so this is very, very different if you compare the experience. My experience playing video game and me watching somebody playing video game is almost the same. Me playing the game, being at the table, or me watching somebody playing a board game is completely different. And on the Twitter there were some super wise advisors who told me, hey Ignacio, you should not compare video game streams with the board game streams, because there is so much more video gamers. Wow, surprise. I know there's more video gamers than board gamers, but we are talking about how we can improve our gameplays, and I know that there's more people watching video game streams because there's more video gamers. This is obvious, but let's look at our niche. Let's look at the tabletop gaming. So in tabletop gaming we have three biggest genres: board games, our hobby, role-playing games, and miniature games. Three hobbies. So let's discuss role-playing games. So now you are watching role-playing game session. I don't know what Marek put in the post-production. I guess it's some Dungeons and Dragons game session, and quite similarly to video game streams, it is quite the same experience, sitting at a table, seeing these 4 or 3 people discussing plans and role-playing their characters and having this plot figured out, and you sitting at home watching this through the monitor, and you see these 3 people discussing, having fun, and basically participating as a viewer in a role-playing game session is basically like listening to the good podcast. So if you are there with them, just listening how they play, or if you're at home watching them to the screen, it's quite the same, so there's no distraction. And once again, Marek, please put in the post-production now, if I'm sitting at home playing Empires of the North or playing Castles of Burgundy or another gameplay, and now watching on the screen, completely different experience. I have no clue what's on the table, I have no clue what's happening, because it is everything so tiny. So here, Dungeons & Dragons, or so-called role-playing games, there is not that much distraction, there is not that much difference if you're watching it on the screen or if you are sitting at the table. Another hobby that is similar to our board games is miniature games. And this is even more interesting, because now what you are watching is somebody painting miniature. And to be honest, when you watch it on the screen, this miniature is so much bigger than in a real life. So to be honest, watching somebody painting miniature is even more comfortable, more awesome on the screen than in a real life, because in the real life these stupid miniatures are so small. So with miniature hobby, with the streams, it is even more comfortable to watch them on the internet than doing it in real life. And if you are discussing gameplays, and I hope Marek will find some gameplay of a miniature game, it is also quite easy to just see this what's happening on the monitor, because you just see the forces and you don't need to see all the details. Like you see the bunch of miniatures here, a bunch of miniatures here, you see some terrain pieces, and you understand what's happening. Once again, show the tabletop streams, completely different thing. So my point today is, and I'm not saying this is true, I'm just debating, I'm brainstorming, I'm throwing the ideas out there, is that board game table, this big 3x2 foot or even bigger, this big table doesn't translate well into small screen on your tablet or your mobile device or maybe on your PC. It is hard to put it all in a comfortable way for viewers to understand what's happening. So that was my point number 1 today. Point number 2. Point number 2 is that it is not true what I just said for all board games. So of course, if you are playing a card game like Empires of the North and there's so many cards on the screen and it is hard to see what's happening. If you are playing a heavy Euro game like Terra Mystica, Gaia Project, the Barrage, and it is really hard to understand what's happening if you're seeing it on the small screen and the table is just crowded with all the tokens and boards, etc. But if you're playing Codenames, if you're playing Decrypto, if you're playing Time's Up, if you're playing even like last week Dreadful Circus from the Dice Tower, these games are all about people having interaction. And it is not super important what's on the table, because they're just having fun, laughing, making jokes, and these are either party game or light board games. And when there is not many components on this table, or maybe not so ever, and you can just see people having fun. And that's awesome. So my first point, I said before, was for these heavy board games that take a lot of table space. If you are discussing games that have just a few dice, a few tokens, like Roll and Write, for instance, you can easily ignore my first point. And now let's go to the point number 3. And my point number 3 is based on your feedback under the Friday video. I strongly appreciate all the comments. There was so many comments, like 50 or something, like so many people gave their 5 cents about the topic. One of the most common feedback, most common suggestion there was solo playing. Like many of you are watching solo play. And this gives me thinking, like, why solo gameplays are more interesting than regular gameplays. I was thinking about it. Once again, this is not that I'm right. This is just me thinking and saying aloud to you, so you can debate and you can give me feedback. First of all, if I'm playing solo, I'm naturally talking to you, to the camera, because I have my stuff here, I'm doing some stuff and I'm discussing with you and talking what I'm doing, because I don't want to sit in silence. So in this situation, these solo gameplays are more like the vlogs, like me talking to you. And I'm watching a solo gameplay from Captain Link, and he talks about the travels, he talks about his wife, he talks about his gaming grab, he talks about all the different things while playing the board game. And it's like a vlog during which he's playing a board game. And so I totally get it that this solo gameplay makes sense, because you have this direct interaction, direct contact with the player who is playing and talking to you, and this is cool. We've compared to the gameplays with many people, you might, and I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying that maybe it is the case, you might feel like a stalker, like somebody's having fun, somebody's playing the game, they're talking to each other, they're having fun and making jokes, and you're just watching them and feeling like, oh, I'm not sitting with them, I'm just watching it. It's quite awkward. So I totally get it why so many of you said that watching solo gameplay is more interesting for you. Now the other comment, and the other comment is from Chevy Dot. And that was very interesting, and that's what made me thinking. Chevy said that in esports, do you watch esports, by the way? He's watching, so he can confirm or deny. In all these esports gameplays, you are watching it to learn something, to see the professional players doing their best, and you can learn the tricks, how they do, how they have the craft. And this is one of the reasons why people are watching these streams. And this is true also for video games like Magic the Gathering, the same. Marek is nodding, like both is right. Chevy is right. So watching, for instance, Magic the Gathering players, professional players, you are seeing the decks, you are seeing the plays, you are learning something. With board game gameplays, when you are seeing 4 people playing a Barrage, playing El Grande, playing Euphrates Tigris. When I'm making my move, I will not comment and teach you something as you're watching, because I will reveal my strategy. I cannot say, I'm doing now this move to screw Paul because he's not seeing that I'm gathering my forces, so in the 2 rounds I will crush him. I cannot say it aloud because I'm playing the board game and I want to win, so I will not reveal my strategy. I will not brag to the camera how awesome my move is, or I will not explain why I'm pursuing this strategy, because I don't want anyone else at the table hear about my strategy. So the whole point what Chevy made, that you are watching video gameplays or Magic the Gathering gameplays to learn something, to learn strategies, to learn tricks, you will not learn that from board game gameplay, because everyone at the table wants to win and they are not saying aloud this strategy. Maybe Chevy is right, I don't know, but it is also an interesting point to discuss. So this is my 5 cents about gameplays. They don't translate well to a small screen. It is hard to understand and learn something because they are just silent, and basically solo gameplays are more interesting because they are interactive with the viewers. Give me your feedback, tell me what you think, if this makes any sense, if we can learn something, if we can improve our gameplays, if we can make these gameplays more interesting for the fans, and if not, well, that means that the gameplays will be not the most popular part of the content in our hobby, and that's fine. And that's fine, because we are looking for something that is most interesting. As for now in our hobby, the most views are for the top 10s, top 10 auction games, top 10 Dudes on the Map game, top 10 games from the Queen games, top 10 games with the Hidden Traitor. So these are the most important content in our industry. Then there is reviews, and then there is a news, and then there is a gameplays. Can we have anything else in our hobby? Can we have any other part of the content? We will see. Thank you for watching, thank you for all the comments, give me more feedback, give me below your ideas, your comments, how the gameplays can be interesting, what's interesting in gameplays in different industries, like miniature games, like role-playing games, why you are watching them and not maybe board games. And that's it for today. Time for the tractor. Tractor is here, and tractor is going where? Tractor is going to Essen. Tomorrow morning we are going to Essen, so upcoming vlogs will be different. We hope to record the content at Essen, and we hope to send it to our headquarters here in Poland, and we hope that our team will edit it, render it, and post it. So fingers crossed that we arrive safe and smooth to Essen, and that we will record some interesting content. And I hope to see you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. We'll see how it works. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these debates, this brainstorming, these throwing ideas. Please like, please share. See you next vlog.